Welcome to another edition of Nikki B and Friends. Episode 23.
2-3?
2-3?
Let's get it.
2-3. What's up, friends?
What up, Nick?
Hey. Oh, sorry.
What up, DD?
Nothing much, Nikki.
Everything going cool?
Mm-hmm. Still laughing on the comedy show.
You still laughing from that?
Man, that dude was funny.
What was his name?
I don't even remember.
Mm-hmm.
I
heard that it was a nice crowd. I heard so. Those of you, so if anybody is listening now for the first time, because you met Dee Dee, because she was made a guest appearance at a comedy club. You guys invited us out to talk about the podcast. So anybody listening to us now, thanks for checking us out for the first time. And we got my boy Merk on the line this evening.
What's up? I just want to say that the contract I signed stipulated that I be announced second as a co-host. So, and my writer had Doritos and fajitos in this room.
Brother.
So, don't mute me. My contract said I can only be muted twice throughout the episode. So I just want to get this started off on the right foot. Okay. All right. So next time, introduction is over again. And I need to go second. And then Dee, wait your turn. You know what? Never mind. Just do the show.
You did, yeah. Because it did. I'm looking at the contract, and no, it did.
You didn't get the revised contract. I just sent it.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. You amended it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll pay attention.
Thank you. That's all I ask.
Yeah. You know, it's Nikki B and Friends, so we have a new friend, and we didn't look over the contract. So once we look it over, this may be your first and last time hearing Merk.
And my friend Merk.
Right.
Nikki B, my friend Merk, and old girl.
Wow, let's get an old girl day.
Dee Dee, my ride or die.
And Dee, I mean, okay. But she signed a contract, though.
She done seen people come and go.
I have to sign a contract. If you do 10 consecutive episodes, you own. My contract.
That's all
yeah, Dee Dee didn't get her Faster Nova jeans from Faster Nova.
Man.
And
she represented us at that comedy show.
Wait a minute. I need Fashion Nova curves. You know what I'm saying? Like my girls curvy. You know, I'm going to give them something away. No, well, what's up? I'm excited to be doing the show.
Good. We're excited to have you. So, what's your week been like, Merk? What's your week been like?
This is Thursday, so it ain't been exciting. I mean, I've been really following a lot of the news and your boy Jussie, so I don't know if you want to get into that now, but...
Yeah, we might as well get into it now, but I think I really have a different perspective, so I want to hear you guys' perspective first. So go...
Your perspective ain't nothing like mine, but I'm going to let the ladies go first, because I'm going to come from left field on mine, for real.
Okay. So go ahead, Dee Dee. Where y'all want me to go?
Woo! Go ahead, Dee. Go ahead. Start it off.
Okay.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
So this is how I feel.
Okay.
Chicago Police Department can't solve a case of somebody that ran the blue light and shot somebody. But they was all over this case. So what they do, this my opinion, and it's my 2 cents that counts. We know that. It's only my 2 cents that matter. That from day one, they got out there and made it known that they didn't feel he was telling the truth.
Mm.
Well,
don't interrupt me, because I'm telling my 2 cents.
It's her truth. It's her truth.
They got out there, made it known that they felt that he was lying. Therefore, If you tell me he lying and then you pull me into some mess, I'm going to go along with, they already said he was lying. Let's stick with that. He planned the whole thing. He lying. He had us do that. So I just don't know if I still believe it. I don't know if I believe that he had any parts of that.
Well,
because it's just like saying somebody killing somebody and now the killings have stopped. Who gonna go out there and kill somebody? Oh, they got somebody. I might as well stop killing. That'll be just like they set up that man in Atlanta, but they don't talk about the 3 other kids after they arrested. They got killed. They just leave it at, we caught him and it stopped. No, it didn't stop. A couple of weeks later, 3 other kids got killed, but we don't talk about that. But
right, so let me. Go ahead, Didi.
Yeah. So my thing is, I'm still not sure that he's lying. I think that the police. He just said the people just said what the police wanted them to say. That's just me. I look at things broader. I ain't narrow minded.
Okay, so my mind must be as big as the head of a needle, because I believe Chicago can't solve no crime, but of course this crime they solved. But when he said it, I was like, he lying. When he said it, when I saw what he said, I didn't hear what the police said. I saw him, and his detail was not that of someone who's been through trauma. That because you tell your story differently when it happened to you.
How did he tell his story?
He didn't say I a lot. He kept saying they. So when something bad, like when you get assaulted, one of the things that they always say in the
on the negotiator, because everybody act like they professional.
No,
they
not
the
that,
negotiator. Okay, go ahead.
About the victim.
Samuel Jackson had said on the negotiator, you look left, you lying, but go ahead.
About the victim, they talk more about how it affected them versus what the people, what they were doing. He never said me as much as he said they. That was one thing. But the second thing was the ironicness of 2 people that he just happened to know strolling past. And those are only 2 people out of all the people in Chicago was them 2. Come on, man. You know he hired them 2 to hook him up.
Well, what would be the purpose?
I got to ask you this.
Bigger.
Where this case for you to
I guess they went out to the store and bought some stuff. Jesse wasn't with them, but they went and bought some stuff. If they had the stuff on, they would have to go to the store to buy it.
You know that they got the check that he wrote to them, right?
No, I don't know that.
Okay, so yeah they actually have a copy of the check that Jesse wrote to the 2 boys. Mm-hmm. So I guess it was for like $3,500, and then there was another $500 they're going to get paid afterwards. So the evidence is
he paying more than 50%.
Huh?
He paying more than 50%.
Oh yeah.
You might as well have them the $500, the $500 more dollars if it was $3,500. See, that don't make sense to me.
But see,
I'm only paying you 50 cents. Then after you jump on him and I hear he in the hospital, then I'm gonna give you your other 50, your other half.
Right.
That's the
So let me just kind of address some of the things that you said. So as far as Chicago solving crimes, I'm on the fence with that. I think they hopped on this because after the Laquan McDonald thing, I think I'm saying his name right, you kind of want to save face. So I did think they put a lot of effort into solving this. And then you got to give detectives some credit. Like they've been on this job for a long time, and you know some things just don't make sense. When you're talking to the victim, you're putting all the evidence together. Like one of the things that didn't make sense was they were saying this dude had the noose around his neck for an hour and a half. He actually showed up, I think either at the police station or at the hospital with the noose still around his neck. If somebody's trying to hang
was around his neck. I heard that when he walked into his apartment building where the cameras was, it was around his neck.
Yeah, so if somebody's trying to hang me, guess what? I'm not trying to keep the noose around my neck.
Right.
So
maybe he didn't want to remove the fingerprints
off a rope.
Yeah. See, we love to tear each other down. We want that brother to be lying so bad, so we can say another brother that ain't about nothing and like what would be the purpose of him doing it? That's what I want to know.
His name out there.
His name ain't out there.
He told you the purpose. The purpose was, and he said in his interview with Robin Roberts, this is a man that truly hates Donald Trump. So he was doing it for 2 weeks.
I didn't see. Who told you? Who is this? Who's talking now to Robin Roberts?
He is.
This is Jussie Smollett.
Oh, he did an interview with Robin Roberts today?
Good Morning America. No, it was like a week ago, maybe?
Yeah.
Dang, I'm off. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so he has a vehement hate for Donald Trump. That's one. And who don't? We know everything that's going on with us, with 45. We put it like that. So I think he was looking to get his name out in the news. For one, they gave some BS to me excuse about wanting to get a salary increase. I don't know the last time you had to be part of a hate crime to get your salary bump. I don't know how that was going to work. So to me, that's a BS excuse. To me, the real excuse was
because if that's the case, I would, approach a few people, right now, like, hey, I really can't stand you, and
I don't understand
if you let me whoop your tail.
Right. That was the first thing. But as far as motive, there's this psychosis going around with a lot of people who are leftists or extreme leftists who really don't like Donald Trump. They want this man out of office for whatever reason, justified or unjustified, and now they're going to an extreme to get it done. Some of the things that this...
They would have got him done out of the White House. That would have cheered on and got his following even more hype.
But some people think that...
And it would get other people beat up too.
I agree with you 100%, but I just think that's what people believe. It's this whole look how the media jumped on this, and they jumped on this, and then they dumped on Donald Trump as much as possible. And it's so funny. The funniest thing for me out of all this is watching the celebrities who tweeted, the Robin Roberts, all the media that jumped on this and was pitchforking Donald Trump. Now all of a sudden they all got to backtrack, and try to spin this into something positive for their account. And it's just
no, they don't. All they got to do is say he told a lie, and
he's still a butthole. So
right, if that's what they believe.
But they're not doing that though. They got to try to save face, And,
well, that ain't saving face. Believing somebody coming forward with something. Because if I find out different, then I ain't saying nothing.
Well, it's more than just him coming forward. It's the stuff they lumped on top of it. Where this is what Donald Trump's crowd is like. They're all these.
Well, they are.
Bashing, women bashing.
Well, I won't say all of them. Most of them, if they're not, they secret ones.
I just think there's a danger in doing that. I think you always got to treat every case as an individual case and look at it, that way, so you don't end up doing the things they did. Like they jumped on this, they tried to make it into a big agenda or whatever, and it blew up in their face. It just turns out it was just, this kid he made a bad mistake. He's ruined. His career is ruined. You know what I'm saying? But
he's young. Do you really think his career is ruined?
Nobody's going to ever touch this guy again. Yeah. Nobody's going to touch him ever again.
I will.
Why? Let me ask you this. Why do you have so much sympathy for this guy? If all the evidence is saying
I don't know if I believe, but it's always reasonable doubt. I get sick of people having to prove, that they're innocent, and I just know how the system works. The system can railroad people, and they've done it before, and I just don't like jumping on bandwagons and so quick without all of the evidence to say that somebody did something. We hear one thing, and like this weekend, before any of the stuff you just said, everybody was all over the internet with all of their jokes. We just can't wait for a black person who's doing a little bit of something. We can't wait to do it and laugh and make fun of them because we ain't doing nothing.
See, I would have clowned him regardless of his color. If you lied and got busted in a lie, that you a joke to me.
Yeah, well, I'm saying that because I'm just saying when I look at my personal Facebook page and see it, most of my friends are African Americans, and we love to see other African Americans down. We just do. especially black women. We're the most jealous creatures. We are the most jealous creatures on earth.
We
don't want to see nobody doing good.
More from a perspective of there's just too much evidence to the contrary, you know.
Well, I have to do my own research.
Yeah, just check out a little bit more of the evidence, and I'm not trying to sway you one way or the other. I do like the idea.
Right, and you couldn't, you know. But these are like this conversation that we're having are conversations that need to be had when they have jury pools, and these are the conversations that aren't happening. They go right into the room, and they guilty, and they don't never even think that something could have happened another way at all. If this is what they said, this is what they said. And so it's never even a long conversation. When you got somebody going in for murder and somebody could say in an hour, yeah, they did it. You didn't go through the evidence. And you just can't tell me that everything don't have no reason for that.
You're convinced that the police would have been able to sway these two Nigerian boys to actually say that they did this as a hoax?
I wouldn't put nothing past the Chicago Police Department. I just know somebody right now, and she and I discussed this, whose child was driving home, car ended up getting shot at, honor roll student, never gets in any trouble, probably was a mistaken identity by the car. Luckily, he had enough sense to just stop and crawl on his seat. Is the only reason why he didn't. Bullets wrangled his car. When it finally got quiet and he drove home and they called the police, guess what? It was a police at the very corner that's on video hiding where he would catch somebody speeding. Right. And never came out, never turned his lights on where the people would have stopped speeding and spread off. Never did any of that. So my thought is, he must have been the one to set it up. Why aren't you moving? And then he says, I didn't hear any bullets. What?
Yeah, you know, this is a great topic because the other issue that this brings up is, at what point do we kind of get the police back on track? Can they ever get back on track into being a honest office per se? You know, can they be honest policemen again? If they go through and clean out these policemen and we have a black superintendent and changes are being made, do we ever start giving them the benefit of doubt again? Or is this something where as black people, we're always going to say, I don't trust the cops?
For me, I don't, because I can say that when I moved out here, every time I drive the Hummer, I'm getting pulled over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, granted, a lot of times I don't get a ticket, but one, they got the signs back. So if I stop at the line, I can't see the no turn. You know, you can only turn right. I can't see that. Two cars in front of me turn left. Then I turn left, and then you pull me over.
Okay. So you speak
really?
Okay.
So I said, I just moved out here, and I come from another place that's predominantly Caucasian, and only got pulled over one time. And now I've been here a month, and I done got pulled over. Are you mad? Do you want a Hummer? What are you doing? And then one got mad just because I had him going in circles because he was so close to me. So what I did was I pulled over as if I was parking, which made him go to the stop sign. So when he got to the stop sign, he turned, and then he whipped around, but then I turned the way he was going, so I had him in circles for a little while. And then finally I let down my window and said, what are you doing? Are you looking for a Hummer? What are you doing? I was trying to stop you. For what?
Right. What reasons did they give you when they pull you over? I'm just curious.
Oh, he said I'm not supposed to turn left at that corner. And I said, well, did you see the two cars in front of me?
Some BS excuse.
I said, and then and then that's what I said. I said, oh, you just don't mess. And then I called them all kind of punk bees and said it was dudes driving the other cars, but you want to stop me because I'm a woman and you jealous, you know, because you probably ain't even driving nothing but this probably the best car you driving. So I was a little disrespectful. I got my ticket and told him to kiss my behind and he'll see me around because this Hummer gonna be around here. Now the last guy, he didn't give me no ticket, but he pulled me over because he said it was something, and I said I called bullshit. And move your car because we blocking Popeye's drive-through.
And did you get a 2-piece and a biscuit?
I sure did. The number one,
spicy. Don't never change.
Spicy. Yeah,
Right.
creature habit.
I mean, man, if you're going through that type of, if you're having those type of experiences, I understand your anger. I understand your doubt. I understand all of it, and it's rightfully so. I mean, just about everybody has been through black person has been through some bad experience, or know their family has been through some bad experience with the police. I just think that, I don't know, man. I just wish at some point, if we see an effort being made some way, somehow, that they try to get our law enforcement back on track, because they can't forever be our enemies. They just can't. And that means that's changes you got to see from them. That's also changes we got to see on our side as too.
But y'all got to understand, and I'm speaking from a police officer's daughter. Okay. You got to understand that not every police officer is bad. Right. Not 50% of them are bad. And we only hear the bad stories. We never hear the stories.
No, I follow a good cop. I've heard some good stories and seen some good stories.
But the ones that make the national news are one, and we see 10 bad stories. Mm-hmm. To every one good story. So I just got, it's not, all of them are not bad.
Yeah, but did you say you said more than 50% are not?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here and I got three cats actually 5 cats I went to school with, and they're all cops. You know what I mean? And these aren't bad guys. You know, and I've had conversations with them, and they're kind of saying the same thing that Dee said. You know, you only hear the bad stuff. You know,
well, I think that I know some cops, and I know some cops when I was raising up, being brought up. Yeah, you only hear the bad stuff, but let's not pretend that it's not a lot of people out there doing wrong, whether they may not be pulling somebody over, but they weed man and they the this man, then they trying to talk to this person and trying to talk to that person. So they're just not, not somebody that I look up to or that I trust. And I think that a lot of them, my opinion, my 2 cents only, are usually was bullied or something like that, and now they get them a little badge because they want to be able to stand up to somebody and approach somebody and be, feel like they need to be respected. But you're going to respect me too. Don't pull me over on some bullshit and think you ain't going to get cussed out. I don't care who you are.
But, so what you're saying is, Nikki, my butt once or twice,
I go in and I mean, there's been a time my sister was just like, be quiet, because I'm just like, what the F are you pulling me over for?
Well, that whole be quiet thing,
like you're a lie. Like I was not speeding. I'm not.
People don't be quiet. When the cops pull them over, they don't be quiet. I watch videos on YouTube and they don't be quiet. They tell the truth to the cops. Hey, you was wrong. You violate my rights. I know I got rights. Blah, blah. I mean, they go in. So why can't we go in? I think we do kind of got to get away from that whole yes, sir, massa, no, sir, massa, hands on the steering wheel, massa. I know we were taught this.
I mean, I had to teach Nico that though. Like Nico, if they pull you over, this is what you do.
If we always act like that, they're going to always treat us like that. At some point, we got to get ourselves educated on the laws and our rights and stand up respectfully. You know what I mean?
And start watching out for each other, because like I saw them have 2 young men pulled over, having them doing their ID. I nicely pulled my car over and was like, what's going on? They was like, we leaving here, and they just want us to pull our ID. You don't have to show them your ID. What's your daddy number? Let me call your daddy and your mama so they can come down here. You don't have to show them your ID because you walking home.
I saw the same thing.
Why are you bothering these young men?
Right. They were illegally searching these kids' backpacks, and some cats pulled over, some young black cats.
I saw that one too. Right.
Yeah, And I think you do need that. I think we get back to educating ourselves, and we ain't got to walk around here in fear.
Well, I just think it needs to be more training done, because we can say, of course, everybody's not a bad cop, but I just think that it's been poured over, and some people ain't trying to hide it no more, and we seeing it a lot more. You can say it's just that's what they just reporting on the news, but
so let me
all of them have bad attitudes most of the time. Ain't nobody pulling you over.
Let me bring this full circle back to the Jussie Smollett thing, because the other thing that this kind of reminds me of is, and like Dee Dee said, we see a lot of the bad stuff put on the news, and that's so the media can make money off of it and sensationalize it. And that's kind of what you see with this whole Jussie thing, is that the media said, oh, we got something to jump on and sell ads with, you know what I'm saying, to an extent. And it fits a leftist agenda right now where, you have a lot of the media, mainstream media, that is really against the sitting president. So I think that's the other part of it too, is there's a lot of sensationalism that goes on in our media, and we have to start looking at different sources of information. One, be aware that who's giving us our news and what their agenda is, and then two, have some more credible sources out there to go out and check out when we see things like this happen, when we hear things like this happen. And the third thing is, and you did it great today, Nick, is everybody got to slow down. We don't need to be the first to tweet and to put something on Facebook when this goes out. Let's stop, slow down, let's get the evidence, let's hear everything that's happened at first, and then give our opinion. So there's some education, I think, on our side, as well as the media side, that all this stuff can end up, working out a little bit better. Mm-hmm. That's mine.
I mean, when you were growing up and you were young, the police officers lived in your neighborhood. They were involved, and they came out. They played with your kids, and everybody knew everybody. Now we have people who just come from anywhere, and they think they stereotype anybody and stereotype different people. And like I said, and most of them seem afraid. And then you watch another video. I watched a video, and I saw a Caucasian boy. He basically playing tag with a police officer. He didn't tase that boy nothing. The boy ended up getting in a police car driving off. So, right. It's just like,
it's crazy.
And we know that if that was an African American, he would be laying in the grass, parents screaming.
Yeah.
So,
we've seen it so many times.
Right. They need some real diversity training and recruiting people, but it's unfortunate because it used to be a time when a lot of young African-American kids wanted to be police officers. And now that they've seen their friends or seen what other people have went through, they don't like the police officers anymore. We can blame NWA for the song all we want. That wasn't what caused us people not liking the police, especially younger kids. It caused experiences.
Who wants to join an organization that seems to be untruthful? And they don't up and up. I don't want to join an organization and then be forced to, or coerced to have to lie about something just to protect somebody's crooked.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like we saw in the Laquan McDonald's case, them cats they was probably forced to lie because it's a fraternity. It's a crooked fraternity. I'm not gonna call it a crooked fraternity, but it's a fraternity.
It's the biggest gang there is. It's the biggest gang there is.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Yeah, to an extent. Unfortunately, some places it is.
Mm-hmm. So.
All right, let's talk about something positive.
Right. This is going to be real positive to you. Dee Dee, did you have anything else to add before we move on to the topic at hand? Because we spent a lot of time on that.
No.
All righty.
That's because you're angry, son. Why are you so angry, son?
Because our dad's a police officer and he's nice. He's Mr. Friendly. That's cool.
He'll slap some cuffs on your ass in a minute, but he wasn't crooked.
Hey, Diddy, give her the address. Give your daddy Nikki address.
She can pull her over real quick.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Ain't nothing like a good Nikki cussing out. All right. So tonight we would like to thank our sponsor, Strategic Marketing. They are a marketing company who has the reputation of management, email marketing, social media marketing. They will provide marketing strategies for local restaurants owners to grab the attention of growing stomachs across West Michigan. Please check them out. We will be posting their flyer on our page. They can be reached at 616-406-5794. Website info@bizmarkstrategies.com, and website is bizmarkstrategies.com. So please go to them for all of your marketing needs, and I would definitely recommend them myself. So thanks again for sponsoring this evening's Nikki B and Friends. So let's get started with the question.
Yeah.
The question of the day is, would you continue to date someone if their children weren't well behaved?
Woo. Now, I think there's levels to this. So, like, one of the first levels is, how long have we been dating? How serious, are we in this relationship?
You 1 year in.
I wouldn't make it 1 year if they was well behaved. I ain't trying to put up with that mess. How you gonna make it a year in?
I mean, the niceness then wore off.
Oh, okay, they used to be nice, and now they're not.
They didn't flip the script. Yeah.
And then how often am I around these kids? You know what I mean? Is it like every time I see these kids? Is it something where we're about to be a blended family? You know what I'm saying? Or is it?
But that's what the question is. Would you continue to date someone if their kids weren't well behaved? So that means that when you go around, they acting a fool. Every time you see them, they are acting a fool.
I mean, man, it's so loaded because these kids might be misbehaving because ain't nobody in their life like you. And that might be the whole reason. You know what I mean? Like, if they ain't had no strong male figure or a strong mother figure in their life, you know what I mean?
You the type to try to save a hoe too. Right. Anyway, would you? So you're saying yes.
Where your cape at? Your cape, Captain?
I don't have a cape on.
Come on, God. Swoop in and save somebody today.
They just needed me in their life. Wait a minute, anybody see my wallet?
Right.
Wow.
So, could you?
I mean, a year in, you invested. You know what I'm saying? So you better, if you're gonna give somebody a year of your life, you better see where it's gonna go. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And two, if you got any home training or any raising, you're not gonna let these kids constantly be bad and be disrespectful to you or.
No, when you say disrespectful, that's a different story. It's a different story.
Wait, what's the difference?
Oh,
what word do we use?
First of all, misbehaved. They're
right.
not ignorant.
That's disrespectful.
No,
ain't nothing else but disrespect.
No, they can say please and thank you and get all F's in school and be acting up.
Yep.
Yep. So
and every time y'all go to the restaurant, they can be whining and falling out when they don't get what they want. They spoiled and
Is the other parent saying something? Is the person you dating, are they saying something?
Make it your own scenario. So that's where that's where it comes. Are you saying you need them to say something? What you gonna do?
Man, if the person I'm with is not addressing it, then I'm gonna ask, can I address it? Because we can't do this.
But do you think just dating somebody, you think it's okay for you to address their child?
If they're not, and we're out at dinner, and your kid is flicking the knife with the fork, no, I need you to stop, little Timmy. I don't care who kids they are. If we're out,
I think you address the person you're dating first.
No, I'm saying I ask him, is he gonna handle it? And if he's not, then I'm going to handle it.
The kid's getting it from somewhere, so now here come the baby mama calling you.
Oh, man.
Put Dee Dee on the phone, because who she thinks she was talking to?
Matter of fact, come on over. You ain't even got to talk to me on the phone. Come on over. I wish you would.
Don't even bring
And then you gonna fight in front of the kids and we expect them to well behave?
I'm gonna have daddy take them around the block and then handle the business. But
oh my God.
I do that with any of my friends. If any of my friends are out and their kids are not acting above board, I'm calling them.
But that's different. That's different, Dee, because with your friends, you have an understanding. You're almost like an auntie, big sister type thing.
Let me back it all the way up. You can be my coworker, and I'm out with you and your kid. I'm going to check your kid. Check you and your kid.
Okay, so have you ever had an issue where somebody said, because this was actually a question not too long ago, because we always say it takes a village to raise a family, and now we know people don't want you saying stuff to their kids at all.
Then don't have your kid around me.
So that's what I was just about to say. So what kind of situations have you ran into where you have jumped in and said something to somebody's child? Because I know somebody has had to say back. Like Dee Dee?
Right.
And then what happens then?
So that happened. It happened a while ago. You came in, I got this. Okay, go ahead and handle it. So it continues, and she don't say nothing. Then I'm like, okay, you need to stop. Sit down. Your food is almost here. Let me talk to. This is what I did. I got up, got my purse, and left. You stay there with your disrespectful child. You stay there with him because he can't listen. Oh, and by the way, I drove. But okay.
Dang, you left from there?
Sure did.
Whoa, what the kid do?
He was you know how you put your fork turn up? He put his knife on the end of his fork and hit the other end, so the knife would fly in the air. I'm like, you little idiot. I said, it might have been cute the first time, but after the 10th time, and the waiter keep putting the same fork back on the table, the same knife back on the table. Okay, it was funny the first time, but don't just keep.
Okay, and this was a friend. This wasn't somebody you didn't date.
No, this was a friend.
Okay, no. So did the friend ever say anything? I'm just curious.
Oh, we never went out nowhere with her child again, ever.
Okay.
Ever, to this day.
Okay. So, Mark, what you doing?
For me, it started.
All right, you saving a hoe and some kids. Okay.
Don't forget his cake.
I'm going to be honest with y'all. Listen, if you want a good relationship now, 2019, you might have to save somebody. Just because everybody have been hurt and done and ran through, everybody got issues. You going in with
ran through?
Man.
Ran through?
2019, ain't no more virgins. People done had issues.
So
know that, depending on your age, know that what you finna get into a relationship, there's going to be some skeletons in the closet. There's going to be some issues. There might be a couple of therapy sessions. You got to work through some stuff. So for me, as far as the kids, just start in the beginning. You know what I mean? How long did we date before you actually introduced me to your kids? Because I really don't want to meet your kids until there's really something solid happening between me and you.
Okay, y'all 3 months in, y'all hanging. Possible. And they like, hey, meet Mr. Merk. Hey, Mr. Merk. And they all cool. They want, hey, you going to play the game with us? Bet. It's cool. Cool.
Right.
And y'all get a new environment, and they start acting a fool.
Having kids of my own, my kids don't really act up, but there are times that I got to give them the look. You know what I mean? I might have to give them the look, quick pinch. That's just kids being kids.
Wait. Did you say look, quick pinch?
The look or the quick pinch. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I might have to pull an ear or something like that. Hey, straighten it up. I done gave you the look. That didn't work. Things escalate. So kids gonna be kids sometimes. They don't always act right. Mm-hmm. So you know what I'm saying. But the other thing too that y'all kind of touched on is I gotta have permission first before I really speak on somebody else's kids.
Right.
Because the way I discipline may not be the way you discipline. You know what I mean? For me, I like to escalate up to the point where we might need to go to the bathroom. You might get a couple of slots. You know what I mean? You might not spank your kids. Absolutely. So it's really got to be not just permission, but a serious conversation on the expectations of discipline. And that stuff, like I said, that stuff that's got to be worked out way before the misbehavior start happening.
Well, it kind of all goes back to, like you said, like when are you meeting the kids? One, I think that people introduce their kids to people way too fast, but that's just me. But some people would suggest, like, I say they shouldn't even be meeting until we get engaged because why in and out, like I can't stand that. So no kids have just keep meeting different people because you trying to. No. But it's other people who would suggest that they date you and your kids. But to me, kids fall quicker than adults. So I don't want my child to end up really liking somebody and then I don't. Then that person's gone from their life or whatever. And, when I didn't have to do all of that.
I agree, Nikki. I think that's where that whole kind of that 3 month, 6 month thing kind of come in, or whatever time y'all think is good. You date each other first and get an idea of, okay, are we just dating to be dating, or are we dating because we both have this goal of ending in marriage? You know what I mean? That's when you can move on to, okay, I'm dating this young lady. She got 2 or 3 kids. At some point, I really need to start dating the kids, because if we're going to be serious and I would be a serious person in their life, then they need to really know me and I got to get to know them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that's why I said there's levels to this.
Right. It's me so then y'all, you and her going strong. You gonna meet the kids, y'all get there, and a little boy come up, 10. What up, my nigga?
Yeah, I mean, there's ways to address things respectfully to that kid and to that parent and get your point across. You ain't got to go in like you want to go in on your own kids. You know what I'm saying? But there's ways of addressing issues like that. So.
But Nick, you'll really wait until you get engaged to introduce the kids to.
Okay, so now no, I really am, but Nico is older now, so he has met somebody, but for
age matters. I'm glad you said that. Age really does matter.
Age does matter, but no, I don't want nobody around my kids. Like, if you really look back, and I mean, I don't know if you could look at yourself, look at a friend, and you'll see. I mean, if you really counted on your hands, that kid met about 7 people.
Mm-hmm. That's the danger. Yeah, that's the danger.
And I got an older son, Nico, my youngest son, and they have never woke up to no man in my house, in my bed. Ain't nobody. Right, you want some eggs? You want some eggs, good player. Now, granted, Nico may need that. Somebody to come over and give him that Jody choke up.
Right.
That might not be a bad idea for him one time. But that's just never been, my style. I think I've seen it. It disgusts me sometimes, and when people I know somebody who kid and calling 3 different people daddy at one time.
Dang. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Let me take this up one level, and then we're going to come back to it, because I'm really curious now. Say y'all got down to the point where you didn't have the engagement and the wedding. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What rights does this new spouse of yours have? Going down, you're taking your scenario into place, Nikki. Can this person now discipline your child? Or has there been enough time around for him to feel comfortable doing it? Or you feel comfortable letting them do it?
So here's the thing for me, and I know it don't work for everybody. For me, I believe that when a step parent comes in, my child is a teenager, I discipline my child. You and I can talk about it, but I discipline my child, and you should be there as a support, as an additional support for my child on a friend level, having conversations, getting to know him, somebody that he can trust and talk to, supporting my decision. But you get this garage out, and no, that's not going to happen. And that's part of, and I know that a lot of people have even said to me, that's one of the reasons why I kind of don't put myself out there like that. I know that my child has a very outgoing attitude. He's always busy. He always doing something. He always got company. I don't need the drama of someone coming in my life trying to change who my child is. He had company yesterday. He ain't having company today. Yes, he is. He in the house. He ain't out gang banging. It's hard to break those habits that I've allowed him to do just because you thinking he having too much company. Mm-hmm. So that's why, to me, I'll hold off sometimes. And, other people, most women put themselves first. It's about me and what I want, and I got to have this, and I'm going to have a man. Mama got to live too. And I know that I have made the decision that I don't need any extra drama, especially when, I put it out there, Dad on his second marriage. I'm his stability. He was starting high school. I'm not going to, in his crucial years, start throwing my stuff at him. Do I go out on dates? Yes. Does he know I go out on dates? Yes. I've been going out with the same person for a while. Has he met him? Yes. But have we did anything together and all of that? No reason. I don't find it a reason to. He's only at the age now that he got to meet him is because he is a teenager. My friend came over and did some stuff with his car when I was getting the Hummer ready with the car. And that's when they met. And, he knows that that's who I talk to. And, if I say I'm going somewhere, he knows that's who I'm going with. But to be having this person and that person and, I feel like I'm the stability in his life. And so I think that he's my responsibility. And I just don't want to add unnecessary drama. And the guy that I'm seeing, I know his personality. So I already know a lot of company and all of this every day and all of that. He a neat freak. He would just be going crazy, you know what I mean, over little stuff. And that's what ends up happening, to be little stuff. Yeah, I may get on Nico about a cup in the sink. I don't need my whole house in an uproar and we ain't all speaking over a cup in the sink now.
So a lot of what I'm hearing, I'm sorry, Dee, I don't know if did you want to add something to that?
Yeah, she do. I want to hear what Dee got to say. And I want her to think back. You're not the host of this. Wait. Let me start this over. Thank you. Welcome to another edition of Nikki B and Friends. We got a guest on the show today, Merk. We hoping that he can make it through. All right. Now let's go back in.
Oh my God.
Feel at home, Merk. Feel at home.
Right.
I'm feeling at home right now.
No, you won't. No, I let you know. I'm like, wait a minute, bro. You might well muted my mic.
I wasn't cutting you off. I was cutting myself off because I didn't want to dominate the conversation.
I'm like, dang, I need to mute my mic. He's trying to mute my mic now.
In fact, you know what? Y'all can have this.
Y'all will not believe this, that he actually hung up the phone. This is exactly what I'm talking about. People be in their feelings.
Man.
And it's usually guys.
Yep.
They so emotional.
Oh my God.
We laughing and he was like dead serious.
Which make it extra funny.
I think this right here just became my favorite episode.
I have to agree. I'm gonna have to agree.
Because I think that because, we have talked before about how the men have turned into women and so emotional and sensitive and touchy and
I thought he was playing at first.
I could tell by his face. And everybody just heard it for themselves how guys are so emotional and taking the place of women.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
Now we just talked about police officers. Dee dad is a police officer. She tell us something good, she don't hang up. And all because he want to dominate and I say something. He got to tell
Oh, that's funny.
Y'all can hide it. I had this.
What? And then
we already got it. Like this was, you was a guest for the first time. Like
we good. We got it.
Oh my God! What is wrong with people? Oh, I can't wait for them to see this because I know the comments is gonna be.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this post. Oh,
my goodness!
You should post it with Kiki. Do you love me? Woo! Got me in my feelings.
Yeah, that's exactly gonna be the name of this episode.
That was funny.
And people are not gonna even see it coming. That's what's gonna be even funnier.
Yes.
Is that people not gonna even see it coming. I think he must be used to, but the other guy used to kind of run the other one. So I guess he felt he was a better moderator. Didi, you should just see your face. That's what it's so.
And I was like, wait, he for real left.
Oh my goodness. So then let's just finish. So Didi back, dating, meeting and, well behaved. I don't even know if I can do this.
You irritated my asthma. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you said
my goodness, what I tell my friend, he gonna be on the ground laughing.
I can't wait. So
I almost want to load this tomorrow.
I know. Forget tomorrow, tonight.
Oh my goodness, this is the man when Coach. Right. Oh. So can you imagine next week's show?
We clowning him next week too.
That's the topic. That's gonna be the topic.
Sensitive brothers. How do you know if you're sensitive?
Oh my goodness. Now when Ralph Tresvant said you need a man with sensitivity, that wasn't how sensitive he was talking.
That wasn't it.
That's tantrum. He just act like a kid that isn't well behaved. That's exactly what he acted like. So can you handle it? Can you handle that?
Oh God. But I was thinking of what you were saying about your youngest son and your friend, and he don't want the cup in the sink or flip over the whole household. But what happens when you and your friend got more serious and he's spending a little more? He's over there every day. But now your youngest child is 19.
Oh, my youngest child ain't gonna be here when he's 19.
He ain't gonna be what?
He ain't gonna be here when he's 19.
No, I'm saying he coming over. Now your 19-year-old and your friend come over at the same time.
Okay.
He come and see his mama. He come and see you. And your son just take off his shoes as soon as you walk in the door, like right there. And then your friend come over, trip over. Dude, pick up your shoes. Because you know that's going to happen. So he can't say, dude, pick up your shoes.
Right.
He said that.
You can say move your shoes, but I will say that they won't be at the door. They'll be on the carpet. He got I
already got in trouble for that.
To some really good habits with that.
So it won't be no Jody situations? Jody was grown.
No, and you know what? And that's exactly why, like I said, like younger years, junior high and stuff like that, I knew that I didn't want anything serious because of his outgoing. Now he gone, right, he gone more than I am. He's so involved in different stuff and doing different stuff that I don't have to worry, about that type of thing. He's older, he's matured a little bit, and plus the other thing is he's very respectful no matter what. He's a respectful young man anyway. I think that some people just have different rules and
and what they consider okay.
Exactly. It's what they what they look at and how they look at things and so forth. So
man,
I was trying not to laugh again, but I am just blown away. Now I see because I keep
looking up at each other. There's only two of us.
Yeah, because the thing about it is he has done quite a few podcasts. So he has experience. Maybe he's just been running them. That is hilarious. Because when we go back, if I think about it, he really did more talking than any of us. Yeah. So he really just need a show by himself. And a better mic.
He be called Merky Waters.
You know what? That's what the name of this show is going to be. Merky Water. Oh, I'm writing it down right now. Perfect. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that made me cry.
Oh, that is so funny. Yep, that's exactly what it is going to be called. Merky Water. I love that. I just cannot wait to hear what the people have to say.
I'm gonna be on this post like
oh my goodness,
like it's giving off money.
Right, this is so funny. This is hilarious.
I can't wait to tell my boo what just happened.
You gotta let him listen to this show because you don't see it coming. Murky Water. That's the name of this. You did that, Dee, with the name, the title for the show. You did that.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, my tears come out. Yeah. But yeah. That's
so
funny.
Was that funnier than the comedy show?
Hell yeah. Absolutely. Oh,
would nobody believe this if we told them?
Nope. They'll hear it though. They will hear it.
You're right. They will hear it. They definitely will.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. This was I think this has turned out to be my best episode yet. Because I am totally speechless.
Now, mind you, we didn't lose people after the show.
Right.
During the show.
But what's even funnier is when he did the face, and then I seen him grab his earpiece. He acting like he wrapping up the equipment, like we gonna shut down. Like he pulling
off the wall.
He pulling plugs out. Like I'm about to take all this equipment with me. No, nothing but that headphone. That you can use with your cell phone.
Literally, while you working out.
You could have just left it in. Why all the drama like you wrapping it up and unplugging us from live radio? You didn't take us off the show. And while he can't stand Charlemagne, I done seen justice to Charlemagne so he can make him the donkey of the day. Because that right there was donkey-ish. That was donkey of the day.
Yes.
Merky Water.
Oh,
we're sorry, you guys, if you were enjoying Murky Water, but and I'm sorry we couldn't even finish because that's really a really good, topic. Because that's one of the things that I think that's very important that people should do ahead of time, and it should be making sure that your if it's something that's going on, those are the things that you're supposed to discuss before marriage. And I don't think that it's discussed enough. Now, I may say, not until I'm getting engaged, without letting Nico meet somebody and all that. And younger, I would. But I definitely can say that I had watched one time, it was an Iyanla Fix My Life. And this lady son had met this guy, and the mom went and married him, didn't invite the son. Didn't invite the son, but the man came right in, changing the rules. You're going to clean up this, you're going to do this, you're going to do this. And the lady had money. She had a maid. So the son wasn't used to all of that stuff. So, of course, he was very unhappy. And, stress right now, kids don't need no extra stress. They deal with enough stuff at school and all kind of stuff. School not like school was when we went to school.
No.
I mean, school stressful. Your teacher, I just watched a video of a teacher singing on the kid and just the cussing, with the kid and all of this stuff. And so, they deal with so much more, than we did.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think that that's a conversation that before introducing and meeting and all of that, and you can tell sometimes by phone conversations. Somebody always sit down. Don't put that down.
Yeah,
and all of that. That kind of give you an idea if that's what it is.
Damn, you get on my nerves. Put it down.
So we know that Merk probably just be like, I'm out.
Exactly. You and your kids.
Right. You be like, how you live? Bitch, I'm driving off in that, the way that guy was doing on Married to Medicine. They kept having, remember that?
Just brake lights. Oh, that's funny.
This was classic.
Man, we couldn't have wrote this. We could
have. Oh, this is one of my favorite shows.
Oh, that's funny.
One of my favorite shows, Murky Water, is one of my favorite shows. This is hilarious. This is hilarious.
Oh, my goodness.
So, again, our time is up because we just do an hour. And some could make it a whole hour. And some can't. So again, Dee, let me take our sponsor. Again, I just want to thank Strategic Marketing for being our sponsor tonight. Please check out the website at bizmarkstrategies.com. And also, she can be contacted at 616-406-5794. Thank you so much for sponsoring our show. And she can help you with your email marketing, web design, social media marketing, reputation management. So please check out our business and make sure you support. And final remarks, Dee Dee.
As y'all can tell, one monkey don't stop the show.
No, don't. Especially when you're a guest.
Man. That's all I got.
That's all you got to do.
That's man. I can't go past the hang up, man. Wait, we just broke up. Okay, go.
So again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening. We appreciate you. Thank you guys for all the questions. I've been getting them out there. So thanks for people responding to the questions. Please make sure you follow our Facebook page at Nikki B and B and Friends on Facebook. I do need to set up our other social medias, and I just haven't did that yet. So, but please make sure you follow that, and that way when we do it, you'll be able to get right into the show. When you follow Nikki B and Friends, if you go right in there, you can message, or you can just hit that button and say email, and you can send your questions just like that, because that's how I have been receiving most of them. And we just ask you to please, we are begging you to comment on this show. If you have not commented on any other show, comment on episode 23, Merky Waters. Because this one will go in the book.
Oh, I can't wait to talk to Coach.